how important is it to any of our top competitors or or medalists or finalists to do indoors next year, being that World Championships is in September, like mid-September at that?
I'll use Fred as an example. I think Fred would actually benefit from running a couple of 60s because I think the part of his race where you can watch him throughout the race and you know that he's about to win because he did something right within his drive and transition or transition to acceleration. And then when he does not hit it right, you know that he's going to falter from transition to acceleration, right? So for him, it's like almost just exactly what Noah did, which is practice on his start, practice on his drive and transition and acceleration, and then drop his time lower. I think that's what helped make Noah a really good 100-meter runner this season. And for Fred, Fred knows how to get the job done. But if Fred fixes that one little thing from his transition to acceleration, like he's going to be that guy in 2025. So I think for him, a 60-meter campaign would actually be good for him.
I think so too. Does it make sense for Coleman to go back?
I think so. I mean, you're the defending world champion for what, right? This is what you're known for. You're the starter. You're the king of that realm. You have the fastest 60-meter time of ever, the two fastest ever. So I think it's going to be calling him. You know, he's in a camp now that with Dennis, we both know that Dennis is the kind of guy he'd be like, you know, the big picture is outdoors. So he always tries to talk his athletes out of running indoors. It don't even matter if they are gunning for the goal. He'd be like, we can, but we don't have to. But if you want to, go for it, right? So he did me that way. He did he did JV in that way as well. But he's like, hey, all right, cool. That's out the way. After March, April, you ain't even think about out indoors. But I think for Coleman, he just needs to get back to where he's comfortable. So he's a comfort runner.
I don't think it makes sense for him. I don't even think he's worried about indoor worlds next year. Because that is what he's known for, he wants to get the rest of it right. He wants to get back to his 2019 reign supreme. He wants to get back there. He knows he has a coach with the knowledge to get him there. And I think with him and Dennis linked together, they do that. I don't think we see him indoors this year. I don't think we see him at all.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think he's going to concentrate on the big picture. And that's where he's going to be. For women, the world champion, does it make sense for the Olympic champion to go back?
No. No. No, bro. No. There's no reason for Julian to really run the 60 meters. There's no reason. Like, she's ascended to a different level. So it isn't like she's just a medalist at the Olympics. Like, she's the gold medalist at the Olympics. I think she should focus on the 100 and the 200 because we don't know what the 200 is going to look like coming up. And that's going to be a dogfight for her, right? And like you said, running indoors is going to make your season even longer. It's going to tax you. I've been there before. By the time you get towards the Olympics or World Championships outdoor, like you're going to be tired because you've been sprinting and running since December, you know? So I don't see why it would be beneficial for her. When I ran my indoors, I ran 2003. I got my goal. Came back and did it in 2012. Talked Dennis into it. Got my goal. I was cool. You know what I mean? I don't think it's something it's a necessary thing you consistently have to do. And you have to like say, this is a badge of honor that I'm wearing. You know, you accomplished it. It's like climbing a certain mountain for the first time. Do you need to climb it a second time? You good. There's other things you can conquer now.
Yeah. So somebody who I would like to see do indoor worlds or do more indoor because I feel like her start is like fierce. Her start is definitely underestimated for her to be so young. Tamari Davis, I'd love to
Yeah.
see her.
Yeah. I remember Tamari
She
didn't have a start. I'm like, oh, look at your start now,
listen,
girl.
listen. It's highly underestimated. When I looked at some of the charts from 2022 USA trials and 2023 USA trials, through 60 meters, she was leading those races, bro.
Yes.
She was leading those races. By the numbers, she was leading. You know what I mean? But that I'd love to see, and then we don't know what happens, if Aaliyah Hobbs doesn't cramp in that race. She cramped at Worlds, indoor Worlds,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to wheel off the track, freak thing. So who knows what would have happened? Would we be looking at Julian as the gold medalist? We don't know because both of them ran 6'9", 6'9". It would definitely be a dogfight.
Yeah.
But definitely I definitely love to see Aaliyah Haas back at Indoor Worlds, to finish what she started. You know what I mean? I feel like after a season, she's had some rest. For her to try indoor, I don't see why not.
I agree.
I don't see
She
why
she
not.
usually drops really good numbers outdoor when she does do an indoor season. It keeps her sharp. So I would like to see her healthy, go out there, get the job done. So that's what she's good at. We know when the season starts and it's indoors, we be like this. Where Leah at? Where them 60s at?
Yeah.
Her and Briscoe. We be like, where Leah and Briscoe at, man?
Hey, yeah, they be out there tag teaming people, boy.